Good morning, guys. Let's get started in a couple. Good morning. Any thoughts? I got stopped out and it held up well. It held this rising 65 EMA. It also built another higher low. Unless it starts showing some relative weakness, there's nothing here. Yeah, GSX has been on my long watch list for a long time. Absolutely. It's incredible growth. Almost too good. And that's what happened with LK. It was too good. But I don't know. Apparently they are trusting this thing so far. But the numbers do look crazy. Crazy good. I don't know. Yeah. Well, yes, it is China. That's why I said they are trusting it so far. But when they don't trust this thing anymore, it will go down to 20 bucks. It's a lot of bear flag type of setups right now in a lot of individual names. I'm still short a bunch of stuff. The only changes from yesterday is I bought 30,000 shares of mRNA when it took out the highs of the day, or this little range here, 31 bucks. This thing has been getting a lot of international media attention, and they're working on a vaccine, and there's a lot of hype and exit testing, so who knows, it can really go. It was really tight on the 60-minute chart, and it had a good risk reward. And this thing has been building higher lows over the past 3-4 sessions, while the markets overall have been fading. SPXL is, I don't think I covered any yesterday. Still in this thing, almost full size. Yes. MGM. Tesla was annoying. I got stopped out in after hours when they released their what is it? There's not the sales numbers, production numbers. Fuck, I don't remember what it is. I don't remember the word. They released some numbers and it had a squeeze in after hours, and I got stopped out near the highs. I went from being up 200k on it to being down 70k. So I had a nice $270,000 swing in like an hour and a half. So not really happy about that. I got back in small pre-market. Let's see if it can hold above this 20-day move, declining 20-day, or if they're gonna sell it off. I'm gonna short opening range lows if we get there, or some kind of range break to the downside during the day, unless it puts in a very big squeeze. But yeah, let's see if they can hold it above this declining 20-day. Uber, I covered some yesterday late day, and Penn I covered some also. Other than that, I didn't do much. Yeah, delivery numbers, yeah. I'm still not really seeing anything good on the long side, except for some select Corona-related stocks like this APT. I'm still watching. I'm looking, for some kind of a tight range on the 60-minute chart. I would be willing to buy a few shares. And obviously, I got long mRNA, a pretty decent position yesterday. But other than that, I'm not really seeing anything on the long side. Most of the setups are to the short side, to be honest. A lot of bear flags. There's hundreds of bear flags in liquid stocks right now, and thousands if you. So we'll see. I'm not gonna go crazy on the short side. I'm gonna short Tesla, but I'm just watching mostly. These things are just to see overall market action. It would be nice if I can make back those 270k I gave back on Tesla. That would be great. Also, this TVIX is below this little range here. It's been in a pretty tight range for the past 6-7 sessions. This is now below this trend line, but I don't think it's gonna. And it's been building lower highs. I don't know. I may short a few of these, but it's gonna go down if the market goes up. So, if it holds below this trend line and starts going lower with some opening range lows, or maybe a range later in the day, I may short some, but I'm not gonna go crazy with size. Again, as I said yesterday, either way this thing breaks, doesn't matter if it's the upside or the downside of this little triangle. I think it's gonna have a 50. So I want to be there, but I don't really see, I don't have super conviction on it. I do not have any super conviction on it. except Tesla and maybe TVIX, I'm not really seeing that much to trade out of the gate. I may work into this APT Lake AHPI if they start acting good, if I find some really nice low risk entries. But again, nothing I'm super excited about. Svapa is some company that sells respiratory devices. Obviously it's been acting well over the past month and it's flagging now, so we'll see. I don't think it's ready yet, but I'm stalking it. It's a thin name. But can this thing go to 30 if it can break out of this little flag? Absolutely. NVAX is flagging nicely also. It's just been building higher lows for the past 3 weeks, has a range here. Definitely something I'm stalking also. Again, not a super... Some of these names... Oh, Tesla had a big down candle. What the fuck? Nice. I mean, half size from in the 520s from pre-market. But I'm gonna add full size if it in range lows. Again, I got stopped out of 3,000 shares in the 542 after hours yesterday. And then it went to 548 and that was it. It's been going straight down since. A little bit annoying, but it is what it is. You have to respect your stops, otherwise you won't last long. Have to respect the stops. Alright, let's see what we have here. Tesla is so far building a down candle. Holy shit, that's one hell of a big down candle on Tesla. So far it got rejected off the 20-day on the daily chart. But now it's about to take out opening range highs, so we'll see. It can be on the 1 minute chart, can be on the 5 minute chart. I usually scale in. Yeah, okay, so far Tesla is holding above the declining 20-day. Oh my god, a lot of alerts going up. I did some TVIX on the opening range lows here. Yep, AYTU getting sold off again. Every time it tries to go higher, they sell it off. There's just so much warrant selling. Every single time they just sell it off. PDD is a China name. Looks good. We are not in a breakout type of a market. Livongo looks decent. IPHI looks good. VRTX is going higher. So there are some stocks setting up, but I just think it's a very hostile market for breakouts. Unless you're a very short-term trader and like sell into the first pop the same day. But when I buy breakouts, I'm looking to hold for months. We're not in that type of a market yet. Again, oil and gold are the leading sectors so far today. Not really super exciting. Not really this leadership you want to see. Yeah, I know AYTU had news. I know. That's why I was watching it. That's why I had it on today's watch list. But nope, they couldn't break it higher. They couldn't. CACC looks about it's breaking lower. Uber is very weak, about to take out yesterday's lows. mRNA is taking out yesterday's highs. MGM is kind of middle of a range. Penn is kind of weak. Oh, Tesla. Tesla is starting to reverse again. Let's see if it can take out low opening range lows. I have a sell order in GSA. Maybe I'm gonna short some opening range lows on GSX. Break this trend line. Okay, I'm gonna lower my pre-market stop to highs of the day on this Tesla. Okay, I'm about to get stopped in. NVAX is trying to break higher here. Indices are grinding higher. Nasdaq looks like it's about to reclaim the declining 20-day. We'll see if it can hold or not. Russia is strong. Russia is very strong. Tesla is still selling off. I have pretty much full size on Tesla. I have almost as much as I had yesterday, or until the close yesterday. mRNA is working out nicely. Probably gonna sell some more, maybe 35. Okay, I'm very happy with my portfolio right now. Looks like most things are working, or pretty much everything is working so far. And I'm not really excited about anything new to add. GSX I'm gonna watch for later. If it takes out like lows of the day later in the day, then I may get back some. APT, yeah. It actually had an entry today above this 60-minute candle, like yesterday's last 60-minute candle. Pretty much opening range highs today, but I guess I kind of blew that entry. It pulled back to this rising 20 EMA on the 60-minute chart. It's been riding this thing for the past week or two. I found support again, so there was an entry today opening range highs, but I missed that. Oh well. Okay, MGM went red. So he has been building a nice bear flag here. Below 1120-ish next week, I think I will add to this if it can't break above the declining 20-day. Be right back, I'm gonna get some food. It's pretty slow open and I don't really see anything right now. Alright, let's see here. Okay, some stuff is starting to break down, like MGM I saw a couple of minutes ago started breaking lower, it got rejected, took out yesterday's lows. Okay, so the SPYs got rejected after 20-day. SPYs were rejected, okay. I added tiny bit to this MGM, tiny bit. Tesla looks like it found some support so far. Yeah, I'm eating right now, that's why I don't hear anything. I'm gonna do a last scan and then I'm gonna cut the stream. I really don't see anything to trade. Maybe later in the day, but I just don't see anything. Like Tesla re-shorted pre-market and opening range lows. So I'm back. I almost had the same size I had late day yesterday. I had 3,000 shares yesterday, late day, and now I'm back to like mRNA. I'm just have sell orders higher up. Hopefully it can go to 40 plus next week. SPXL, just, you know, we'll see where it closes. This is a triple SPY ETF. SPYs close above the or below the declining 20-day. Depends. But the stronger we close, if we close really strong, if the SPYs go on a big run, I'm probably gonna size down on SPX. Uber, it's still acting kind of weak, below the declining 20-day. Again, depends on how it closes. I may size down on it into the weekend. Penn this week. MGM I added opening range or below this 1120 at this 1120 breakdown. Looks really weak. TVIX shorted some opening range lows. I have stop set at highs of day. CAC says weak. Been holding this thing for a while. I'm just gonna manage my positions, really not seeing it. Not anything I'm excited to trade. I think every rally will get sold into. I think things are really gonna get much worse. I think the investor psychology is gonna get much worse over the next few weeks, at least. I would say I'm 90% short biased right now, which is rarely it happens, but we are in that kind of an environment. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, it's at the lows of the day. All right. Yeah, so far it got rejected perfectly of this declining 20-day. But on the other hand, it's just resting on this upward sloping 10-day. So I don't know. It's really pinched between these two moving averages here. So who knows? And again, depending on how it closes, I'm gonna hold it over the weekend. But if it closes strong, let's say it doesn't stop me out, but say it closes at 510, then I'm probably not gonna hold it over because it would be too vulnerable to a potential gap up. Okay, that's it for today. I'm gonna cut the stream. There's no point in watching paint dry. Yeah, thanks for joining me. This would you have some TCA and leave for a week or two? TCA, I don't know. I mean long, short. I don't know what you TCA. I don't know if you mean long or short. I wouldn't at this point. At this point, I'm slightly. I'm mostly bearish on the indices. Like I think we are gonna go lower over the next few weeks. So that means we could go long TCA, but I don't know. I think the good entry was earlier this week, like 3-4 days ago, was a better entry on the Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's a good entry here right now. I don't think so. Yeah, okay, thanks guys, and see you on Monday. Thanks for joining me this weekend, and have a great weekend. Remember, don't overtrade in this market. There are very few opportunities because everything is so correlated. It's all about it's more about getting the overall market direction right now.